What's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. This team I'm rather excited to use because finally you guys have given me a more diverse team to run, more colors on this one, more colors of the rainbow. So for this team here, we're gonna be rocking the Broly, which, as you already know, is one of my favorite units in the game. So the very second I saw Broly, I was like, okay, I'm gonna run that team. So, the team consists of Broly and a unit that I actually haven't used in quite some time, being the Blue Gogeta. The last time I used him was the Frieza event, but in terms of PvP, I haven't actually used him in quite some time. So it's pretty nice going back to using him. And the God Vegeta, who, as you know, is really good for gaining priority back. So, looking forward to using the team. On the bench, we're going to have a bunch of Movie Saga buffing units because, as you may know, they're all on the Movie Saga, each one of these guys. So we're going to have the free-to-play Broly, Bojack, and Pycon. Now, enough about that. Let's jump into some PvP. Alrighty, here's the first match of the video, going up against the Lineage of Evil team, but this time I don't have to be afraid. This time I have all the colors of the rainbow, and I kept the loading screen in actually because I wanted to just give a small little shout out to DJTS22 for the subscription. I didn't want to cut that part out. Thank you for the subscription. Just hope you guys don't mind just having to go through this little loading screen here. Just a quick little one there. I'm definitely more excited to run this team as opposed to most other teams because most other teams always fell victim to the Lineage of Evil teams. They usually consisted of a lot of blue units and they stood no chance. But the Movie Saga team, for sure. I don't have to be afraid against the Lineage of Evil team, so this is revenge for all those times I had to be afraid of you weenies. Bring in the Blue Gogeta here. Not even that worried. Do all the damage you want. Just kidding, gonna get priority back, pop in a blue card here, do some decent damage. Honestly, I love it. I love the fact that I actually can be, decently type neutral and have a type advantage against a lot of the units on this guy's team. How many times have I dealt with my opponent having type advantage over me and having to, deal with that, wiggle around that? What a nightmare. Finally get this transformation going, bait out his vanish right there, go in, do some really good damage. Finally, some type advantage. Just trying to buy time here so I can swap out to somebody else. I actually didn't even intend for that to happen. It was a misclick by me. It's like sometimes when you try to select a card and you click like, what, 1 tiny centimeter away from the card, you'll tap the screen and it'll register as a tap attack. Yeah, it was a complete accident, that right there. But thankfully it worked out in my favor because he went in for a shoulder tackle and it worked out in the end. Yeah, but I guess he gets me back with the same thing there because I went for a blast. He had a strike ready right away. He wouldn't have gotten that if I wasn't already, dedicated towards the strike attack there. And he gets me again, which is okay. I don't mind. Thank you for the subscription, Killer Gods. Doing some decent damage here. I mainly have this Vegeta here just to gain priority back, so I don't mind all of this happening. But this is why you never preemptively press a card. I keep making this mistake sometimes. Dodge that. Now he vanishes out of the way, but he brings in his golden Frieza, which is not good for him because I have type advantage. And since you want to go ahead and do that, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that to bait out his vanish, and then I'm going to go in for a Rising Rush and take him out. Now, thankfully, I have 2 blue cards, so there's no way he thinks it's going to be a blue card. He just saw me use one. And that's exactly what happens. We get the Rising Rush out. The only thing that kind of sucks about using this Blue Gogeta when it comes to Rising Rushes is just how long he makes the Rising Rush. Like, he's the equivalent of, like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in Dokkan Battle. When you see his special attack, his super attack, just the water hose takes forever. Bait out the Vanish there. He goes in for a tap attack, and that's okay. He tries to shut me out there, but man, I don't even have to be worried. I got this Blue Gogeta here to do some crazy damage. Look at that. It's awesome. Dodge him right there, use the green card, little bit of lag there. Nothing really happens, unfortunately. Bait out the shoulder tackle, go in for the blue card. I done goofed, and I keep forgetting that you cannot link shoulder tackle and blue card together, but I got very lucky because he went in for a blue card, and I got there just in time, and look at that damage. Honestly, it's so nice to be on the more, the more stronger side of things, because how often am I usually running a team that's like on an uphill climb. Look at that, Golden Frieza, you are nothing in the face of Broly. I'm not even worried. Even if he brings in his Yellow Frieza here, he's not going to do enough damage to even be a threat to Broly with his type neutrality. So go ahead, do your worst. I'm not too worried. Even though I don't have type advantage anymore, I'm still going to keep him in here because you don't have enough health to be a threat. There you go, second life. Just go in, do some really good damage here. It's lagging a little bit, so I was very hesitant. Now, I probably should have kept going, honestly. I probably would have been better off if I just kept going, but it is what it is. Now, that was a misclick. You'll notice that I was trying to charge, and I accidentally pressed the Rising Rush, but it ended up working in my favor, just because he was backing up, and it looked like he tried to use a Ki Blast card. But yeah, I double misclicked this match. It was a big goof. I got super lucky with those. But I honestly, it would have been okay in the end though. I mean, it was just like my team was completely prepared for these guys. So there goes Golden Boy. 1.7 mil damage, it's always nice. Just go in straight for the tap attacks here, just to make him more cautious. It's like, hey man, don't come too close. And then we'd vanish right there, catch him in the side step, finish him out. Ah, feels nice taking those guys out with not too much difficulty. Here's the second match of the video, facing a Super Saiyan team. Man, I really like facing all these unique teams and stuff like that, but oh man, the Super Saiyan team, he's running those two blues gets me worried. The one interesting thing though is I wonder if people remember that this Trunks, he provides a passive buff towards Super Saiyan units. He acts as a support unit as well when he's transformed. So if another unit swaps in after him and they have either a Hybrid Saiyan, Vegeta family, or Super Saiyan, they get a significant buff and they can do some really crazy damage. So clever of him to put them together on the same team here. Now this match drags on for a little bit just because I kind of just kept going straight for it because I figured his green Vegeta was not able to put out enough damage to really be a threat to Broly, especially on this team because he's not getting buffed very much. On the team, he's getting buffed by the Vegeta family tags, but otherwise he's not really getting much of anything, so get him right there, do some really good damage here. He brings in the Vegeta, which is, I mean, it's okay. Like, Gogeta's still doing some really good damage. Now that I look back to this, I probably should have Rising Rushed him or something, just so I could get rid of his second life, because it does prove to be a bit of an annoyance later on in the match here. Get a Vanish out of the way. I backed up thinking he was going to go for a tap attack, but he ends up going in for a regular strike attack. Tries to catch me with that, but I'm just going to shut that out. Yeah, settle down there, buddy. Bring in the Broly just to do some additional damage. I probably should have used the pop my main ability so I could use my ultimate attack there. Try to go in for the shoulder tackle, but he ends up going in with a strike. Broly's still really tanky, still showing that he's really good defensively. Now the one thing I'm worried about at this point is the Rising Rush, which he does bring out in the end. I should have saved Broly in hindsight, but I was confident that the Blue Gogeta would be able to pick up the slack, because out of all the units to really be worried about, it's just his Blue Goku and stuff, and honestly I think I would have assumed that he'd be okay. If it's going to be a waiting game, Blue Gogeta is definitely going to be the one to come out on top in the end, just because the longer he's on the field, the more special damage does and stuff like that, so it would have been okay. Brings in his Trunks, which I was a little surprised by. I'm not sure why he would want to throw him away, but I guess it's because he realized he was the only one on his team that had a type disadvantage of one of his units. So this is what I meant by not taking it too seriously, which may prove to be a bit of a mistake. It is kind of annoying because it drags on for longer than I wish. A little sidestep there, do some decent damage, go in, use the blue card. I would have assumed this blue card would do more than it did. Yeah, rather surprising, especially considering he was in there long enough, and then he backs up. Really good by him. Goes in for an attack here, get to shoot him back, pop the blue card. There goes the second life. Honestly, if I dealt with him sooner, he would have been gone already, but in the end I would have to use a Rising Rush to deal with him. And just a bit of an annoyance. Even worse when he guesses your card. So I'm just like, oh god, just He's withering down my 2 units, and I'm still not even done dealing with that blue Goku. And even more annoying is this nice little vanish that he got right here. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is getting so irritating. I'm not even done dealing with that annoying guy back there. I know he's keeping him alive just because he wants him to be a last stand unit. He's trying to keep him as strong as possible, so my job is to wither him down as much as I can. Tap attack here, go into blue Gogeta, pop the green card, and the off chance I get a blue card. Now I know he was saving up, he has a blue card, he backed up there because he wants to counter me, but he didn't press the blue card quick enough there. So I'm just trying to feel out what he's going to do, just trying to bait him out with some shoulder tackles here, see what he's going to do. But in the end he kind of just stands there and I catch him with the shoulder tackle, and what a fitting way to end it than with the Gogeta's blue card here. Have to pop in the green one. Just shred the Goku. This is for you sitting back all the time. Now we get to take him out. Here's the final match of the video, going up against another Lineage of Evil team. Figured it'd be a nice little way to end it off just because this team has caused so much trouble for me. So after all these videos constantly facing against them, always being worried about a Golden Frieza just tearing me to shreds, it's about time we shifted the fear onto them. So here comes Broly, does some decent damage. It's like when Broly came out, his green card was I don't know, kind of difficult to use, I suppose. It was hard to get rid of because it took up a slot. People would much prefer having, you know, it dedicated to like a blaster or strike card, but in this case it's actually quite nice because there are so many powerful defensive units and nobody wants to deal with them. So his green card is actually quite nice now. I get to chuck away that annoying Frieza and reduce his keys. Quite nice combination. Transform. Brings back his full power Frieza, which is okay. Bait out the shoulder tackle there, and then I just waited out his thing there, and then I go in straight with the blue card. Honestly, it was a misclick again. I don't know. I just keep misclicking things. I'm being honest here. But look at that damage, that's crazy damage. I probably should have kept Blue Gogeta in there for a while, honestly. Oh well. I didn't mind God Vegeta taking that damage here. And you're shy a couple seconds there, bud. Just a little too late. Pop God Vegeta's main ability because I'm bound to withdraw another strike card, so may as well do as much damage as I possibly can here. Not bad at all. Back up a little bit in case he tries to bait out a tackle. Save that blue card. He gets the vanish there. Now I know there's a Rising Rush coming. It's such a common theme that they always get a Rising Rush right away. So I'm just waiting for it. Get a perfect vanish there on this blue card. Guess he waited a little too long. Now he has no choice. Who's gonna die? Your yellow boy here? Or your Golden Frieza? This is why I'm so glad I had a key card that come in as well, because it gave me one extra chance to see what he was going to swap into. If I used my main ability, probably wouldn't have killed the Golden Frieza. Probably would have done significant damage, but not killed it. But because I had that extra key card come in, I was able to see that he brought in Golden Frieza, and I could use my Rising Rush. So even though I lost my ultimate attack, it was worth it getting the Rising Rush off on the Golden Frieza. Now Blue Gogeta can roam free and just slaughter everything. So, not even worried. He does a little tap attack, that's okay. Bring in Blue Gogeta, match up all his Ki Blasts. Such a nice thing that when he vanishes, the dude's able to gain Ki. It's so perfect when you pop it with his main ability. I didn't think he had the time to do that. Like, there are times where I try to pull off the same thing. Like, you can do it with a blue card, but for a green card, sometimes you can't really pull that off. So, I was caught off guard, and unfortunately, he forfeits. Finally, we get our revenge on LOE units. That's the third and final match of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, peace.